So May is Small Business Month, and this is a great time to focus on tools and services that you could be using for your business. So we're going to start out with one of my favorite brands, BenQ. Let's take a look at one of their brand new monitors, the BenQ PD3225U. So before we jump into the review of this monitor, keep in mind that this video is sponsored by BenQ, and I'm super biased towards their products. I've been using BenQ monitors since I started my wedding photography business in 2014. I've gone through multiple of their monitors, but I've always stuck with the PD line, and I have loved every single product and have never had any issues. So yeah, I'm kind of biased towards their monitors, and I absolutely love them, and this new monitor is just as good as anything else I've ever used. So if you're like me and you're a photographer or you're a creative entrepreneur doing design or coding, BenQ monitors are going to be great for you. Now, since I've reviewed a couple of BenQ monitors in the past, I actually want to start out with the things I love most about this new monitor. Because if you're familiar with their monitors, this is basically an upgraded version of the PD3220U. They're both 4K monitors and they're both 60 Hertz, so they're about the same, but there are a couple of new features that I absolutely love in the PD3225U. The first one being Display Pilot 2, which will work with other BenQ monitors as well. Display Pilot is their software that will help you control the monitor's settings without having to do it with any buttons or the hotkey puck. But Display Pilot 2 adds something that I've always wanted as a Mac user, which is being able to use your function keys to change settings on the monitor, specifically the brightness. Now, we all know as Mac users, being able to turn up and down the brightness from your keyboard is a huge plus. And you weren't able to do that before, but with Display Pilot 2, you can now. So I'm still using a M1 Max MacBook Pro, and being able to jump in and change the brightness from my keyboard is awesome. Now, also there's other quick ways to be able to do it, like with the hotkey puck, which is what I normally use, but being able to do it from the keyboard is nice. Honestly, I might even take the hotkey puck off of my desk because I like a nice, clean desk setup. So that means less cables and less things that have to sit on my actual desk. Display Pilot 2 also gives you a whole bunch of other features like zones for your monitor, so you can put windows in specific places. You can change the color profile right from the software. You can have picture-in-picture, KVM switching, and so much more. There's a widget that sits right in your menu bar that's easy to get to quick settings. You can see your color mode and also get to the rest of your settings where you can set up your widget. You can see here I have some of the features turned off, but you can customize it to your need and everything that you need for your setup. There's also advanced settings so that you can change the color mode depending on what application you're using. This is great for if you have different color modes for different tasks. And also advanced settings like having Display Pilot open when you first start your computer, which is something I probably should have had turned on in the first place. So make sure when you pick up one of these monitors, you go ahead and head to BenQ's website and get Display Pilot 2 because it's one of my favorite features. The second thing is the new IPS panel. They have a brand new IPS panel in this monitor that gives you a 2000:1 ratio on your contrast. This is absolutely amazing for the blacks, and especially in HDR, photos just look absolutely amazing. Now, obviously, as a wedding photographer, this matters to me. I've used other BenQ monitors, and while the blacks were awesome, this blows it out of the water. So if you have an older BenQ monitor and you're looking to upgrade to something that's 4K and a 16:9 aspect ratio, this might be the one for you because the new panel looks great. So these two new features are the main things that work out best for me and what I like the most about this monitor. Now, aside from what I like the most, if you're not familiar with BenQ monitors, let's talk about why this is a great choice for a creative entrepreneur like yourself. So the PD3225U is a 32-inch 4K 60 Hz monitor. BenQ is known for their great colors right out of the box, and because of this, you don't have to calibrate your monitor at all if you don't feel like it. I've personally never calibrated any of my monitors I've ever used, and all of my prints come out looking absolutely beautiful. Even in the box, they have an authentication of the color calibration of your monitor. So if you want to get into the specifics of your monitor, you have it right there in your box so you know what the calibration is. Also, there's multiple color modes, and it's hitting 99% of sRGB and 98% of P3. So again, you're getting great colors right out of the monitor without any calibration at all. For a video editor or a photo editor, this is very important that you're getting great colors. And having the multiple color modes will help you as well if you're doing anything else like CAD or design work or something of that sort. There's a color mode for you. Now, one of the most useful color modes is going to be the MBook mode if you use a MacBook Pro like myself. I don't know about you, but I travel often, and while I'm traveling, I'm editing photos as well. And being able to come back home to a monitor that can match my MacBook screen exactly is a huge plus. In MBook mode, it's easy for you to know that you're getting the same look out of your Mac monitor and also the BenQ monitor whenever you have them hooked together. This is great for whenever you need to reference photos, or like I like to do in Lightroom, is I'll pull up a second monitor to be able to look at my photo and reference it with the BenQ monitor. The build grade of the monitor is exactly the same as previous BenQ monitors, which I absolutely love. You have the same amazing base, which allows you to raise, lower, and tilt your monitor. It's also super easy to install, just taking the bottom base and the arm itself, screwing them together, and then at that point, you're able to easily install your monitor. Being able to change the rotation of your monitor is huge as well if you do any other type of work like coding. Also, if you don't want to use the included base, it's VESA mountable as well, so you can put it on a monitor arm like I have mine. Keep in mind to never tear off the front screen protector. It looks like a screen protector, but it's part of the monitor, and you'll see the yellow tag there telling you not to do that. Please don't do it. You'll ruin your monitor before you get it, but it gives it a nice matte finish, which also helps it not glare up too much. As far as connectivity, the monitor is Thunderbolt 3, which is great for any Mac users. Again, I have an M1 Max MacBook Pro, so it's easy to just immediately plug right into it and into your MacBook. I myself bought some of the Thunderbolt 4 cables from Apple, which are super expensive, but they're so nice. They're braided. Also, the monitor comes with cables too, so you don't necessarily have to buy anything else. Everything's going to be included in the box for you to hook up and start using your monitor. So again, we have Thunderbolt 3. There's two of those ports. One is specifically for your laptop or computer. This way it will charge your computer. And the second one is for daisy chaining, which you can daisy chain another monitor right into this and have a clean dual monitor setup. There's two HDMI ports as well as DisplayPort. You also have some USB-A on the back, a USB pass-through, and USB-C and A on the side of the monitor for quick connections if you want to just connect a hard drive up or anything of that sort. This is another one of my favorite features of BenQ monitors, the fact that there's an extra port right on the side. It makes it so much easier just to hook up something very quickly. The price comes out to $10.99, which is a great price for anyone looking for a monitor that's reasonable for your business, and it gets up to 400 nits of brightness. And again, with the new IPS panel and Display Pilot 2, this is a great monitor for anyone who does video editing, photo editing, or just any type of creative work in general. That's why I wanted to bring this up during Small Business Month, because having a great setup and a monitor that you can trust that the colors are looking great is highly important. Now, aside from all the great work that I can do on this monitor as well, I also like a little bit of leisure time on my computer, and I do game a bit. And while this monitor is not meant for gaming, 60 Hertz is passable enough. So 4K 60 Hertz, this looks great playing any type of game. If you're playing games on your MacBook Pro or you have a PC yourself. And yeah, some nice casual gaming, this thing works out great. So what I love about the fact that I can use this for all of my work and also for any of my play. BenQ monitors have been a staple in my business since 2014, and I highly recommend them for anyone else looking for a great monitor. Definitely make sure to check out the link in the description below if you want to pick up a BenQ monitor for yourself. If the 3225U is not for you, there's all types of other monitors as well. The SW line is more specifically for photo. Since I do photo and video, I stick with the PD line, which is more a design type of monitor. But they're all great. I highly recommend them. And for the rest of Small Business Month, definitely check out some of my other videos here for tools and services that you can use in your small business.